Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today we're going to be talking about the Kansas weekend for Cup and Xfinity. But before we get into that, we have to talk about Martinsville, which is the final race for all three series for the round of 8. So with the first one will be the Truck Series at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for the running of the United Rentals 200. At 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time there'll be a press pass, I think, for the Truck Series. Xfinity, that race starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the running of the Dead on Tools 250. There'll be also another press pass there at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And on Sunday, October 31st on Halloween, it'll be 2 p.m. Eastern Time for the Cup Series race for the running of the Xfinity 500. And at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, there'll be a press pass. So that is the Martinsville timings if you want to watch the races. Now let's get on with the results. And we'll first start off with the Xfinity Series, and that was won by Ty Gibbs. Once again, having a sensational rookie campaign. For the results, second place to him was Austin Cindric, then AJ Allmendinger, Justin Haley, Ryan Sieg, Brent Moffitt, Michael Annett, Sam Mayer, Justin Allgaier, and Myatt Snyder ran at the top 10. Then Brandon Jones, Jeb Burton, Riley Herbst, Brandon Brown, Daniel Hemrick, Bailey Curry, Jeremy Clements, Garrett Smithley, Landon Castle, and Jordan Anderson ran out the top 20. Only two playoff drivers finished outside of the top 20. 34th place, Harrison Burton, and 35th place, Noah Gragson. So to the rear were three drivers, Garrett Smithley and Louise Hezemans, both of them for driver change. Garrett Smithley was replacing Carson Ware, who, if you don't know, got arrested for I think abusing a female, if I remember correctly. So I think he's been definitely suspended by NASCAR, and I think he's currently in jail. But I may be wrong though. They're probably having a court right now, but yeah. And the other one was Chad Fincham, that Louise Hezemans was he's replacing. I don't know why Chad Fincham couldn't compete. I guess just because he just really couldn't. I don't know though. I really don't know. So we'll just get on with the race review. Obviously, I have it right here if you're wondering. That's why I can remember stuff surprisingly. Lap 29, Jade Buford hard into the outside wall after Dylan Lupton makes contact with him. Lap 45, Adrian Mendinger wins stage 1. And Austin Cindric wins stage 2, as you can see right here and here. Lap 97, Daniel Hemrick gets spun by Noah Gragson on the backstretch after the restart. Gragson has right front nose damage. Lap 104, Joe Graf Jr. spins off turn 2. Lap 136, while Harrison Burton and Cindric are battling for the lead, Mason Massey gets into the turn 2 wall. Lap 156, Joe Graf Jr. loses a tire carcass, which causes a caution for debris. Lap 178, Harrison Burton is clipped by Sam Mayer and collects Gragson, so obviously major championship implications there. Lap 190, Ty Gibbs passes Cindric for the lead, and that pass won him the race, as Ty Gibbs wins the Kansas Lottery 300 again, his fourth win in his Xfinity Series debut. I would not be surprised if he actually gets a ride for next season. That's most likely what is gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. I'm pretty excited to see because we've already seen of how great he is. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how he goes in full-time Xfinity Series racing. So that is it for Xfinity. Now we move on to the Cup Series, and that was won by, once again, Kyle Larson. He gets his ninth career, not ninth career win, but his ninth win of the season, which is shocking to me. And he also overtakes Jeff Gordon on the most laps led in the single season. I think I can't remember what it was. It was around the 2000s. I know that for both of them. But Larson has now overtaken Jeff Gordon and now holds that record. Second place him is his Hendrick Motorsports teammate Chase Elliott, then Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, Joe Logano, and Austin Dillon ran out the top 10. Then Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace, Daniel Suarez, Michael McDowell, Brad Keselowski, Cole Custer, Chase Briscoe, and a big shout out to Parker Kligerman, who came from 40th place to finish in 20th. Shout out to him. He's obviously the GOAT, in my opinion. So two playoff drivers finished outside of the top 20. 28th place Kyle Busch and 37th place Ryan Blaney. So now for the events that happened. To the rear, only three drivers. Quinn Half and Ryan Newman, they both went to the rear for inspection issues. Chase Briscoe for unapproved adjustments. So lap 11 to lap 13, they all relate to rain. So first lap 11 was caution, then lap 12 was red flag, and then lap 13, the cars returned to the track. After that, it gets a little bit hectic with tires. Lap 23, Kyle Busch loses a right front tire and hits the outside wall. Lap 38, Keselowski comes to pit road with a flat tire. Lap 43, Logano reports on the radio that he has a vibration. Lap 53, Truex pits after a flat right rear tire and gets the same as Blaney at lap 71. On lap 80, Kyle Larson wins stage 1. Lap 133, Kyle Busch hits the wall again and comes to pit road. He now has his right rear quarter panel is now split. And lap 160, William Byron wins stage 2. Lap 170 on the restart, I think. Probably not. Tyler Reddick, William Byron, and Kyle Larson 3 wide for the lead on the backstretch. Larson takes the lead from Byron. Lap 173, Alfredo into the front stretch wall with a flat tire. Lap 212, Keselowski pits for engine temps, which is beginning to be a bit higher than expected. Lap 218, Newman spins off turn 2 with a flat right front tire. Lap 224, Austin Dillon loses under Ryan Blaney and sends him into the outside wall, ending his chances. And on lap 267, Kyle Larson wins the Hollywood Casino 400, dedicating the win to Ricky Hendrick and getting his 9th win of the season. Now, if you don't know, sorry, Ricky Hendrick, obviously he was the son of Rick Hendrick, and he raced in that paint scheme that Kyle Larson is currently racing this year at the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet. He raced that paint scheme back in the early 2000s, or was it? I think the early 2000s. And obviously he won at Kansas, and he dedicated this win to Ricky Hendrick, who sadly passed away, along with I think 12 others, if I remember correctly, or 6 others, who were sadly killed in a plane crash. I think back in 2004, I'm saying, or 2005. So obviously this win meant a lot to Hendrick Motorsports, especially to Rick Hendrick, seeing that number 5 car cross the finish line first. So that is all for the Cup Series, as now we have to obviously now get the standings up. And we'll first start off with actually the Truck Series, as they're going to be returning to racing, so just a refresher of what is happening in the playoff picture. So John Hunt, Nemechek, and Ben Rose are basically safe, plus 36 and plus 35. In third place is Matt Crafton, plus 10, and Sheldon Creed, plus 5. So those are currently the top 4 drivers who are in the playoffs, or who are currently right now going to be to Phoenix for the championship 4. In 5th place, Stuart Friesen with minus 5, Chandler Smith minus 34, Carson Hocevar minus 37, and Zane Smith minus 40. So basically, these 3, Chandler Smith, Carson Hocevar, and Zane Smith, they are currently in a must-win territory. Well, definitely Zane Smith. Hocevar and Smith, basically, well, yeah, I guess they're all currently right now in a must-win situation. Still, Friesen still has a chance. Only minus 5, so not that big. If Sheldon Creed does obviously mess up a bit, then it's most likely he won't be in the playoffs anymore for this season. And this is obviously his final time in the Truck Series, as he's moving up to the Xfinity Series to race for Richard Childress Racing. This may be the final time we get to see him. So basically, yeah, so Nemechek and Rose are safe, Crafton and Creed not, and Friesen is also not safe. Chandler Smith, Hocevar, and Zane Smith, all those 3 are currently in a must-win situation going to Martinsville. So let's now have a look at the Xfinity Series, and obviously currently right now, Cindric and Allmendinger plus 47. They are undoubtedly safe. there is no way they've currently. I think they've right now clinched their spot into the playoffs. Justin Allgaier +9 and Daniel Hemrick +7. Behind them, in 5th place, Justin Haley -7, Noah Gragson -24, Brandon Jones -40, and Harrison Burton -51. So Burton, Jones, they are probably must-win territory. Gregson needs a bit of a luck, and Justin Haley basically he needs to finish in front of Hemrick to get into the playoffs. And Hemrick and Allgaier, they have to not mess up at all at Martinsville. If they do mess up, then it's likely that they won't be in the playoffs and going to Phoenix for the championship race and competing for the championship. Obviously, for the other 4 drivers as well who were in the playoffs, Jeb Burton, Maya Snyder, Riley Herbst, and Jeremy Clippers are still there. As for the other drivers from the top, from 13th to 20th, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Seek, Mike Ornette, Brandon Brown, Josh Berry, Josh Williams, Tommy John Martins, and Alex LeBay, right out the top 20. Now move on to the Cup Series, and currently Kyle Larson has won both of the round of 8 races, and going to Martinsville, obviously he is undoubtedly safe. Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin, I think they may be alright, +34 and +32. If both of them do wreck out, then that's going to be a big problem. Kyle Busch only +1 above the cut line. Blaney is -1 below the cut line. So everyone's eyes are probably going to be on Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Mark Truex Jr., and Brad Keselowski fighting for that final spot of the championship. And Joe Logano in a very distant -26, definitely in a must-win territory. As for the other drivers as well who are in the playoffs, we got Kevin Harvick, William Byron, Christopher Bell, Alex Bowman, Kurt Busch, Tyler Reddick, Eric Almirola, and Michael McDowell ran at the playoff. Well, yeah, other drivers who were in the playoffs. And then for 17th to 20th, Austin Dillon, Chris Buescher, Matt DiBenedetto, and Ross Chastain. So that's really it for me for Kansas. Just a reminder that the next race will be at Martinsville for the final race for the round of 8 for all 3 Premier Series, Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. So that's really it for me now. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Catch you guys all next time in the next one. Goodbye.